It's Obadiah 1 and 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Call Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rakor Kodash Barakatah. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone that rule well. Salutations to the hopeful elect pushing this word in sincerity and truth across the four corners of the earth. All right, I'm just back with another quick lesson, or current events. All right, ran into another article on RT News. All right, it says U.S. may leave the WTO if they don't shape up Trump to Bloomberg. All right, now the reason that I put out that Obadiah 1 and 7 is because these are the things. All right, like the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to a border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee. See, these are the moves that America is making that's going to lead to the nations ultimately hating them, because America still think they the bully, the proverbial bully on the block, if you will. You know what I'm saying? So they put sanctions on everybody. They threatening you with this. They threatening you with that. When in all actuality, these nations can move forward without America. All right, because America isn't the dominant power that it thinks it is on the planet anymore. All right, so pursuing a revelation where it say the beast shall hate the whore. These are the little jabs that America is throwing at the beast that's gonna ultimately make all the nations come against them, because everybody is sick of the pompous, attitude of America, man. Like basically, if we pull out of this or we pull out of that, y'all can't, thrive anymore, or we're gonna put sanctions on you so you can't trade with anybody. These nations are tired of that, man. All right, and Trump threatening to leave the WTO, which is the World Trade Organization, is just another example of that, man. America with its pompous, arrogant attitude, man. All right, Trump is, we will leave the WTO if they don't shape up. Basically, now when you tell somebody to shape up, all right, or get yourself in shape up, that's basically, do something unto my liking to make me continue on with you. All right, and these nations are sick of that shit, man. All right, but I'm gonna read an article. It's a fairly short article. It says U.S. President Donald Trump will consider pulling out of the World Trade Organization if they don't shape up, he told Bloomberg in an interview. And this is a quote by Donald Trump, if they don't shape up, I would withdraw from the WTO, Trump said on Thursday at the White House before departing for a rally in India. In Indiana. All right, so that goes into that pompous attitude. If they don't shape up, if they don't do things according to America's liking, we'll just pull out of the World Trade Organization. All right, the men of thy confederacy, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee, man. All right, these nations are going to turn on America, because America still thinks it's in sole control of everything. That all the nations are scared of them. They can talk to anybody any kind of way they want. As far as the foreign policy, if you don't do what they want you to do, they'll either, what Trump is threatening to do now, pull out of the organization or slap a sanction on you, which those sanctions don't have the same power, because these countries still do whatever they want to do. You know what I mean? That shows the lack of respect for the power, or the so-called power of America, okay? But I'm going to continue on in the article. It says, last month, U.S. President told reporters that the WTO has treated the U.S. very badly for many years, and that the Geneva-based body will need to change their ways. All right, and the joy of the hypocrite lasts for but a moment, because America has been treating everybody bad, man. All right, that's how you know this place is just wicked, man. The leaders of this place, these Edomites, they're just wicked, man. All right, here it is. You've been wreaking havoc on the whole world since you came into power. You've been wreaking havoc on the whole world. You know what I mean? Even before the American empire or the American setup, man. But you talking about you gonna pull out of an organization because somebody is treating you very badly. Ain't nobody bombing you. Who's coming in here stealing the resources, man? Who's enslaving you financially? All those things you do to your own people, man. Ain't no domestic threat out there to America as they were to the other nations for all these years. Now we know ultimately, Slovakia, not domestic, but the foreign threat to America is going to be all these nations shooting missiles on them. But I'm talking about in the past, all right, these countries weren't doing anything to America, man. America was bullying them, man. So for an American president, no matter what term it is or anything, all right, to say that somebody is treating America very bad is laughable, man. Because all y'all do is treat everybody bad if they don't follow your orders to the T. All right, just like now, you want the World Trade Organization to follow your orders to the T, or you're threatening to pull out of it, man. All right, but U.S. Trade Representative Robert Lighthizer has called allowing China into the WTO a mistake and accused the trade body's dispute settlement system of interfering with U.S. sovereignty. It says the Trump administration has recently blocked the appointment of judges to the WTO's appeals body. All right. Now, what the hell does China being in the WTO have to do with anything, man? That's just America wanting to control the nations, man. Don't let China in here. You know what I'm saying? Well, if China, as far as the World Trade Organization, if China, which we know they can bring money, you know what I'm saying? The WTO gonna want to do business with them. It's like in any other business venture. If somebody can bring money, you gonna do business with them, man. But America don't want to lose the money. So if China's in, we out. You know what I'm saying? Which China, is great at exporting goods anyway, and America's not. Just on a, world trade scale, man. You know what I'm saying? But it says on Wednesday, Washington filed a complaint with the WTO against Russia's retaliatory tariffs, which were a response to Trump's steel and aluminum duties imposed earlier this year. So listen to this, man. All right, the joy of the hypocrite is before a moment, right? They filed a complaint with the World Trade Organization against Russia because Russia retaliated with tariffs that the U.S. initially put on them. The U.S. put tariffs on them. Russia responded, so they filed a complaint. This is the arrogance of America, man. Basically, who are you to respond to me? So I'm gonna file a complaint because you responded to me. That it's crazy, man. And this is you see why the beast is ultimately gonna hate the whore and come against her like that and burn her with fire, like the scriptures say, because America is just on one, man. They think everybody is like the scriptures say. They think they the Most High, and it's getting more and more obvious, man. This is just pure arrogance, man, and pride. All right. And going back to that Obadiah, the pride of thy heart have deceived thee, man. It says in a wide-ranging interview, Trump also said he likes and respects Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell. Despite publicly disagreeing with the Fed's recent interest rate increases, the Fed has raised rates 5 times since Trump's inauguration, and there is talk of 2 more increases this year. Trump said the Fed should be helping the government in trade disputes with China, the EU, and others, just as their central banks are helping their governments. We are not being accommodated, he said. I don't like that. So we're not being served how we feel like we're supposed to be served because we America. That's that pride, man. It says Trump is also thinking about indexing capital gains to inflation, believes the the EU proposal to eliminate auto tariffs is not good enough, and said he is not considering firing Attorney General Jeff Sessions, at least not until after the November midterm elections. It says, I just would love to have him do a great job, Trump said about Sessions, according to Bloomberg. All right, so the point, of this, me reading this article is to show you that the beast hating the whore, all right, it's happening right before our eyes. If you watch how America is moving on a global scale, that's why you got to go into this alternative news, man, because they're not going to tell you about this on Fox 8 or CNN or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It show you that America, the arrogance of America among the other nations of the world, man. They think everybody is supposed to bow down to them. So that's why all the men that were Confederate with them, all right, basically they're going to deceive them, man, and come against them, all right? Just like the scriptures say, the beast shall hate the whore. The whore being America, the beast being NATO and the EU. Everybody is going to fire missiles on America because they're going to be fed up with America, just like they fed up now. All right, it's just it hasn't gotten to the point where they ready to shoot their missiles out, man, because the Most High ain't let them loose yet. All right, so I hope that video was edifying. All right, with that I'm gonna say shalom.